All right. Welcome to Team Project Fearless Monday night team call. My name is Ryan Crocker, and we are very blessed to have Dominique Miles, a diamond coach on the team, going to be giving the team call tonight. And I would like to hand the mic over to her. So if you want to share your screen, Dom.
Okie dokie.
And I will mute myself, and it's all yours.
All right. So, let's see here. All right. So, can you guys see that? All right. So, welcome to my team call. And we will start the team call with our Changing Lives Club. These are all the people that have already made Success Club this month. So we have Joan, Hannah, Katie, Kelsey, Mackenzie, Casey, Kylie, Rachel, Amber, Bridget, Nicole, Meg, Serena, Katie, Dakota, Alex, Jennifer, and Brianna who have made it. We also have like a handful of people who are on their way. And we still have like 3 to 4 more days left of the month. So definitely time to make Success Club. For promotions, we have Elizabeth Mowat, who has made Emerald Coach. So congratulations to her. And we have Joan, who is our 10-star. So this is so exciting. In a little over 2 years, Joan has had 10 diamond coaches. So her 10 diamonds are Lindsay, Brianna, Bridget, Hannah, Kat, Meg, Kelsey, Kylie, and Jess. So this is awesome. Anyone that listened to the National Wake Up Call this morning got to hear Joan announced on that as 10-star. For events, we have Super Sunday this coming weekend. It's going to be at the Westin in Portland. So those of you that are not in the Portland area, I believe it was Bridget and Ryan posted in the team page about how to find one in your area. These are super fun to go to. They happen, I believe, 4 times a year. What happens at these is there's corporate information training. There's going to be a training by Joan and Jillian on the 3 vital behaviors. There will be a success story. And then a video on tips by Tanya Barron. And then we will be doing a live workout, which I assume is the 22-minute workout. Other events is Summit in July. It will be at Nashville. If you do not have your ticket to Summit, make sure you get on the wait list because Carl has said that everybody is going. So
they're going to be posting those pretty soon.
When is he announcing that? Soon?
Soon. I think in the next couple of days, the announcements are going to start happening for waitlist people. So.
Oh, perfect. All right. So about me, I am Dominique, and I signed up to be a coach when I bought my challenge pack back in December in 2013. I bought my challenge pack from Brianna, and I met Joan and Ryan shortly after. So I have been in this from almost the very, very beginning, and I reached my diamond status last month, and I am also February's Coach of the Month, and I'm pretty sure I was more excited that I got Coach of the Month than I was finally reaching diamonds, so that was super exciting for me. So basically my team call tonight is about why it took me 2 years to finally reach diamond. And when I finally had my aha moment, it really only took me about 6 weeks to reach diamond. So the reason why it took me so long to reach diamond was I was full of fears. I was constantly wondering what people were thinking. I was worried about failing. I kept making the excuses that I didn't have any time to work my business. I was too concerned about what other people were doing and if they were doing it better than me. I already loved my life. I loved my job at Sephora, and I always had plenty of money to do what I wanted to do. Basically, any excuse, I came up with it. So it took me a long time to realize that it didn't really matter what people were thinking. They were either going to talk about me succeeding or they were going to talk about me failing. Either way, it didn't really matter what they were thinking. I realized that I was only failing if I didn't do it, because anytime I was successful at doing what I was doing, it was an amazing feeling. My excuse for I didn't have any time, this was a hard one for me because I had to start saying no to people, whether it was going out to dinner, hanging out with my sisters. I had to start being a little selfish with my time and saying no. I had to put my blinders on and not focus so much on what other people were doing for their business, and I had to focus on myself. I still love my job at Sephora, but starting to realize that my freedom is a little bit more important than making sure I'm not 10 minutes late to work. And enough money is, yes, I have enough money to do the things I want to, but I've never been one to have a savings account or to have extra money to just go and buy things, and that's definitely something that I want. And then back in December, after our Christmas party we had, I remember going to Joan's and really just kind of looking for an answer, when really she just kind of asked me, why am I still here? And it didn't really hit me until I kind of got in the car when I left her house and realized that it was the feelings that I had, that when I was building my business and I was around this atmosphere of these positive people, that about how happy I felt and how good I felt, and that I didn't want to be left out anymore. So once I finally pulled my shit together at the end of December, I kind of started focusing on me and what I wanted to do with my business. So the first thing I did was I focused on my brand. I always found myself struggling with what I was going to post about on Facebook and how to attract people into my life. And so I didn't have a dog. I don't have kids. So I always found that that's what people were posting about. And so I was trying to figure out what makes me different. So one day I grabbed a piece of paper and a pen, and I literally just walked around my apartment and wrote down everything that I enjoyed. So that way, when I didn't know what I was posting about, I could go to that list and create a post or just kind of create some excitement on my Facebook page. This was also kind of fun to do because I realized all the little things that I surround myself with that make me happy. Obviously, I'm a Sephora girl, so I love lipsticks, nail polishes. So I post about that most of the time. I've never been a good cook or anything like that. So when I attempted these peanut butter bars, that was quite comical to myself and everybody on Facebook. And just kind of being silly, like this post with my coffee the other day when it snowed. I really thought it was going to be one of those posts that I take down because nobody liked it. And surprisingly enough, that one got quite a bit of likes. So that was kind of fun. Let's see here. So kind of focusing on what your brand is and who you want to be. That was definitely really helpful for me. So when I was actually posting on Facebook, again, the fear of what people were thinking always came to mind. They would see me start a program, but would I actually stick with it and be able to post my after photos? So when I posted a year later photo, that was a big aha moment for me, that I'm still continuing to work out and be successful with the programs that Beachbody offers. And then the post on the right in the black tank top, this was a huge aha moment for me because one, the post is about me grabbing this tank top that I've owned for 10 years and have never been able to wear because it was always too small. So I remember putting it on that morning, and I was super excited, obviously, that it fit because I had finally reached my goal weight. But I remember taking the picture and writing out the post about how awesome it felt to finally reach a goal of mine that I've had for over 10 years. So as I hit post, I remember telling myself that I'm going to do my workout, and if after my workout I don't have more than 10 likes, I'm going to take it down. I remember when I checked that post after my 30-minute workout, I had over 75 likes on it. And that was the moment I realized how many people were watching my journey, and how many people can relate to having an item in your closet that you've never worn, that you've purchased because you eventually want to fit into it. So that was definitely something that made me kind of think about how I was posting. Be relatable, tell your story from your heart, and people will be more apt to connect with you. Speaking of, relationships is a huge part of my connection with Beachbody. I believe that having a awesome relationship with your upline is definitely helpful. Brianna and I have known each other for well over 10 years. We work together, so we see each other probably 40 plus hours a week, and having that open communication, being able to go to each other, is awesome. So making sure that you are constantly talking with your coach, with your upline, and also kind of on the opposite side is being coachable. So, every now and then I would get a message from Bree and she would tell me something like, I know, Brianna. But then, there are those moments where you do still learn things, even 2 years later from your coach. So definitely be coachable at the same time. Find a success partner. So that is Katie. She is my success partner. I'm not even sure how we got paired up. I think we got paired up because we're both aunties and are obsessed with our nieces and nephews. So find somebody that you can connect with, that you can, if you're having trouble with a conversation, you can reach out to them and they can give you a totally different perspective on it, because sometimes when you take that connection out of that conversation you have, somebody can give you something totally different to say. Doing power hours together. I know Kelsey and Hannah did a power hour just kind of over a Zoom call too. So success partners are kind of your new best friend within the business too. And then we have an amazing team. Project Fearless is awesome. We do a lot of things together outside of our weekly team calls. So being able to go to those events and connect with the people, getting to know them outside of Beachbody. Also, within the post and the team page, make sure that you're commenting and being part of the community that we have together, which is awesome. And the 3 vital behaviors, this is something that once I really started diving into, this is where I really saw my business grow. I found that my biggest struggle was I couldn't see how doing a power hour every day was going to make my business grow, because if I did a power hour for 3 days in a row, nothing would happen. So on that 4th day, I would just say screw it and not do it. So for my personal development, I obviously grabbed The Compound Effect, and it was my goal for the month of January to read that book start to finish, to the point where I took the amount of pages it had in the book, divided it by the days in the month, and I made sure that I read those pages every single day. One thing that I did is I would leave my boyfriend's house at 5:30 in the morning. I would come home, do my workout, read my power hour, or read my personal development, and drink my Shakeology before I even grabbed my phone or turned on my laptop. That way I had that time for myself in the morning. And sticking with a program, having before and after photos of a program is huge, not only for yourself for that satisfaction of finishing it, but when you post that, people see the commitment, they see your journey, they see that you're committed and dedicated to, completing a program. And then, your vibe attracts your tribe. It's so true, because when I was doing these power hours in the morning, by the time I did turn my computer on, I had people messaging me. Therefore, it made it a lot easier for me to do my power hour, because I knew that I was putting out there the kind of people that I wanted to be on my team. And some extra tips that I have, I follow a lot of the top coaches on Facebook and Instagram. Stephanie Davies is one of my favorites, Brandy Botts, Amy Silverman. that way when I do catch myself just kind of aimlessly scrolling through Facebook, I'll catch one of them and it kind of pulls me back into, do I have any messages? Do I need to do my power hour? Not missing the National Wake Up Call every week. There is a recording, so there's really no excuse not to listen to these. And being on the team call like tonight. So I used to just, on Tuesday mornings, I would watch the recording, and it just makes such a different mindset for yourself when you're here live listening to them versus the recording. It's a mind over matter thing. Whenever I was having a bad conversation with somebody and it wasn't going well, or I was getting inside my own head, take 5 minutes and step away and meditate or read your personal development or reach out to your coach or somebody on the team and just kind of get your mind back into why you started this and embrace the journey. I've had so many ups and downs over the past 2 years, and it always leads me back to wanting to do this and how I feel. So yeah, that's my call. I feel like that went by really fast. Anybody have any questions?
Awesome call, Dom.
Let's see, how do I start sharing this?
Does anybody have any questions for Dom?
There we go.
No, that was great.
Excellent.
So what do you have to say for people that, it's taken a little bit for them to start, they've been in it a little while, and you had your aha moment maybe in January, it sounds like. You probably had a few aha moments before then, but you kind of capitalized on the one in January. What do you have for advice for them to stick with it and continue doing the vital behaviors, continue doing, the things that are necessary to be successful? What would you say to them that'll help them kind of get over that hump, or maybe have them realize what their aha moment is?
I definitely have had a lot of aha moments. Anytime I went to Summit or, Super Saturday, I would come back and my next 3 weeks would be awesome because I was on this high. And I would just get inside my own head if I had a coach cancel or somebody said no, I would just totally fall. I guess my biggest thing would say, reach out to somebody that, let them know where you're at, because if they don't know, they can't help you. And also, I think my feeling of being left out, where I could have been so successful a couple years ago, but I'm not now. That was my big aha moment. I think being at the Christmas party and seeing so many diamond coaches and I wasn't, and that was like the worst feeling ever, and I don't want to be that.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's awesome. And it's interesting because when you were talking about how when you're building this business or when you're doing your workout or when you're drinking your shake or when you're posting things, stuff might not work out the way you think it's going to work out. You might not, have the best workout. You might not put up the best post. And it's funny because one of the guys in our test group, Mark Briggs, posted a 2-minute video on his page, and he was really talking about how stuff's going to suck sometimes. But you just have to press play. You just have to continue doing what you're doing. And that's why we have 3 vital behaviors: to invite, be proof the product works, and doing our personal development. So honestly, it just takes those 3 things and then building that life and building your brand around that, which I know you've worked so hard to build your brand on Facebook, and just continue doing it. And I think now you're seeing the fruits of all your efforts, because I know you used to get posts with couple hundred likes, and sometimes you didn't take the opportunity, but now you're seeing those opportunities and taking advantage of those opportunities because you're a rock star in this business and you're a leader on the team, and you've always been that way, but I think it just took a little bit for you to realize that you were. And that comes differently with everybody. Some people just realize that and take and run with it. Some people, it takes a little bit longer. So I love that you're still here, and I love that you're a diamond coach, and I love that you're on the team, and I love the call that you just gave, because I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people that are just starting out to stick with it and be here in a year, be here in 2 years, show up to events, because eventually you will have those moments where you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, because I mean, I would get posts or I would get likes, like over 100 likes, and it was almost like I was overwhelmed, and so I wouldn't capitalize on them. And when I did send out the messages to people, it was just a, hey, how are you? It wasn't making that connection with people. And I think that's where I would lose my mindset is I'm like, well, I'm just sending a, hey, how are you? I'm not actually connecting with people.
Right. Right. And we all have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
My brain is not functioning right now. I've been gone out of the house for 14 hours and I still have to do my workout. I think I just got the last end of it, and I love you and you rock.
Thanks. I love you too.
Oh, and was Super Sunday mentioned? Speaking of events.
Yep. She mentioned.
All right, because she just reiterated again that many of her aha moments happened after events, or that's when she felt her best. And I just reiterate the importance of getting to them. We don't say it just to waste our breath. It's like it should be a vital behavior. So find one in your area. If you're not in Maine, you can't come to ours. Find one. They're all over the place. Get there, and I promise you, I don't know if you guys have heard the story about Danielle Natoni, but she's a millionaire earner. She is a 15-star diamond. She has she's crazy successful. And she said that she had been an emerald, much like Dom. She was a slow starter. Yep. She was an emerald for a really long time. She was spending a lot of money on her product and not making any money in return. She was stocking up all of her Shakeology in her closets because she was like, I'm already fit. I don't really need to do this stuff. And she wasn't selling anything. She went to a Super Saturday event and something just clicked for her. And she turned around, and the person sitting behind her was actually Chris Reed. And she said, you mark my words, I'm going to be on that stage next year. And she was. So that's how powerful they can be. It can change your entire mindset and your entire life. So make it happen. No excuses. You'll find a way or you'll find an excuse. This business either is a priority or it's not. So all right, guys, have an awesome, awesome night. Dom, thank you for taking the reins. Ryan will go ahead and add this to YouTube. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.